Welcome to a little tea time. Y'all ready? Welcome to a little tea time. Oh yeah. Welcome to a little tea time. Who listening? Welcome to a little tea time. All right. Welcome to a little. Hey. Welcome to a little. Welcome to a little. Hey. Welcome to a little. Welcome to a little tea time. Welcome to a little tea time. All right, y'all. So good evening, good evening, good evening. It is me, Jared, aka Jarius D, your favorite published author, and your host of A Little Tea Time live here on Facebook. I am excited about tonight's show. So I'm not gonna keep my guest waiting because I know that she's been waiting to get in here for tonight's show. So we're gonna get started with Miss Connie Eaton. She is a artist here from Shreveport, Louisiana, and I am very excited to be chatting with her tonight. So Connie, we're about to bring you in.
Hi.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm well. Welcome to a little tea time.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
Yes. So I'm excited to have you here. I know we just talked a couple of days ago,
Mhm.
and I'm just excited to have you here on the show tonight. We're gonna just dive in. Can you tell the viewers at home a little bit about yourself?
Well, first of all, let me say hello to everyone. My name is Connie Eaton, and I am a professional artist here in the Shreveport area. I am also in the ministry. I also use art and jewelry making as a part of ministry. I am from Natchitoches. Shreveport is not my home. I'm actually from Natchitoches, Louisiana. And I don't know how I ended up here in Shreveport, but I'm here. So I work at Art Space. I have a lot of fun doing that. I love doing different art events and stuff like that. So that's basically it. It's not a whole lot to tell about me.
Yes, yes. So when you are not doing your art, what do you do for fun?
Oh, I love watching movies and I love going to estate sales. And on Saturdays, that's something that me and my mom do on Saturdays. We go to estate sales. But since I've been at Art Space, that's my Saturdays are kind of gone.
Mhm.
But for the most part, going to estate sales, I like buying antiques. I like buying old jewelry, stuff like that. I have a lot of enjoyment in that.
Okay, so movies and estate sales. So what's the most recent movie that you saw?
Well, since I have not, well, let me say that again. Since I've been working at ArtSpace, a lot of my free time has been kind of tied up. It has been a minute since I've been to the movie. I'm trying to remember what was the last thing I went to see. Because it's been a while. I have to get back to you on that one. It's been a minute since I've been. But that is one of my favorite pastimes, going to the movies.
Movies is my favorite pastime too. I was watching the movie like right before the show started,
Hmm.
and I had to turn off The Matrix because that's one of my favorite movies.
Okay.
So, and you said that you like estate sales. So, what was one of the nicest things you purchased at an estate sale?
I think I'm lost. Wait a minute. Where are you? Can you see me?
Your screen, you went blank on me. I think the camera switched around.
It must have. Ah, there I am. Um, the last estate sale that I went to, I was on the search for an antique chair. And I had been seeing them at estate sales, but they were kind of expensive. So I decided to leave that alone. And so when I wasn't looking for one, I found one. And when the guy told me $30, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting this chair. So that I have to say that was the best thing that I found in a long time was an antique chair.
Okay. Love chairs. Chairs are always great. So, what inspired you to develop your idea to be an artist?
Actually, I was about 5 or 6 years old. I grew up in the house with my grandparents, and my grandfather did a lot with his hands, and he used to buy me paper and crayons to kind of keep me busy. And then he discovered that I could actually draw. So, and like I said, I was about 4 or 5 years old. So he began to encourage me, and that was my inspiration. And I'm still inspired by that type of encouragement because he instilled a lot in me when it came down to art.
Yes. So, how did you decide when to establish your brand and your company as a working artist?
How did I decide? When? Um, I had a friend of mine who was a jewelry maker. She has since passed away. And she had a piece of jewelry on, and I fell in love with it. And I asked her, I said, where did you get that? And she said, I made it. And you can make it too. And so I said, okay. So I went, bought some beads, and I said, well, let me try this out and see what I could do. And I surprised myself. And so I started, because I had put art down. I stopped doing art for years. And I started making jewelry, and people started buying my jewelry, and they kept up with my name. And I started getting business cards printed up. When I got the business cards printed up, I started passing them out, and I started doing these events, but I was going in as a jewelry maker. And when I realized that women were in love with my earrings and were telling other people about my jewelry, I said, wait a minute, maybe I have something here. So I decided to run with that. And just as I got established with my jewelry, then somebody came in and said, did you put your brushes down? You don't paint anymore? I said, wait a minute, maybe I can do both. I started back painting during COVID. And when I started painting during COVID, I got a lot of positive feedback. I started selling art. I couldn't keep pieces. So I said, okay, let me just do something with this. And I decided to just run with it. And that helped me out a lot. So
Yeah. And I can proudly say that I have one of your art pieces hanging up
yes,
in
you
my
do. Hmm.
if they saw the pictures a while back in December, I got to get a piece of your artwork. So I want to personally thank you here on A Little Tea Time for your art. It is a blessing to wake up to that piece every day.
Well,
It
thank
lifts
you.
my spirit every single day, and I am just blessed and I am fortunate to have a piece. And you also donated some artwork pieces into my giveaway that I did back in
Hmm.
January.
Right.
Yes, I gotta thank you again for that as well. And congratulations again to Miss Raven Thomas who won that actual prize in the giveaway.
Hmm.
Your artwork, what is your aesthetic? Can you explain your aesthetic to us?
I would have to say, being a watercolor artist, working with a medium that a lot of artists don't want to deal with. I would have to say my aesthetic is the images that's in my head. I get these images in my head that won't leave until I actually put it down on paper or canvas paper. Um, because I pray a lot, and a lot of times I will ask God, give me an image, give me something, and these images just come in my head. And I would have to say that's what it is. Just whatever's up here and being able to put it down on paper. And then when it touches someone, I would have to say
Yes,
I've accomplished something when that happens.
yes. That piece that I have, the baby with his crown being lifted up to the heavens, that was absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing to see how you took something so imaginable and brought that piece to life. I'm inspired by that. Very inspired.
And, that was an image that was in my head. I was actually at work when that came in my head, and I said, I gotta do something with this because it won't go. And so a lot of people were touched by that particular
Yeah,
pain.
yeah. And you definitely have blessed me 100 times over.
Well, thank you.
The next question is, how have your priorities changed since you started the business of art?
I would have to say my art, even though I do a lot of it, it is not my number one priority. I have learned to focus more on myself.
Mhm.
Um, Being in the art business had made me realize, as an African American woman, I have a lot of challenges to face. And so I have started to focus more on myself and how to be able to handle these challenges as a Black artist.
Yes.
And when I tell you there are some challenges, there are.
And that's a perfect segue into this next question. What challenges did you overcome on your journey as an artist?
I would say the main challenge was not to compromise my art. One thing that I've noticed, especially here in this area, is that if you paint certain things, people have a tendency not to have interest in it, especially if you're posting this art, they'll look over it. But if I paint a vase of flowers or if I paint some fruit, then I get a lot of hits, I get a lot of sales. But when I paint my Black face or beautiful Black women, um, I don't get any response. And I've noticed that a lot of artists have lowered themselves, and some of the artwork is becoming real provocative. They're compromising just to get a sale. And I've learned I don't want to do that. And that's something that I've overcome. I'm not going to do that.
I absolutely love that. As human beings, because I could say African American, but I'm not going to say that. As human beings, we shouldn't have to compromise our dignity and our morals and our respect when it comes
Mm-hmm.
down to the work that we do, especially as artists. We
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't have to compromise who we are to be put into a box and categorized. I don't believe that we should be categorized. I believe that we should be able to do what we do freely and be
Mm-hmm.
appreciated for what it is that we bring to the table, no matter what it is.
Right.
Okay, I see that you are in your studio. I see some pieces there that are around. Do you
Mm-hmm.
care to take us on a small tour of your space?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yes.
I don't have a lot of pieces hanging. Let me turn my camera around. So now it doesn't want to go. Well, let me just do it this way. This piece behind me is a perfect example of what I was talking about as far as compromising, because this is an African American woman. She's a beautiful woman.
Yes.
And I have posted her, especially on social media, and I don't get hits. But then if I walk over here, I was experimenting with some abstract art. I got a lot of hits on this. This would sell. My friend down here, she's not going anywhere. That's why she's still on my wall. I have another one over here. Um, this is my favorite. I think you can see it. It's called I Am a Man. And this one I was paying homage to the brothers out there because I feel like Black men are underrated. Um, they suffer a lot of mistreatment, torn down a lot. And this particular painting, I posted, I got a few response, and then that was it. But I will not compromise. So this is the type of stuff that I do. Um, my gallery is with my studio, and here's my friend. I call her Glenda with all my jewelry and everything that I have been making attached to her. So that's basically it because it's not a large area, but it's a comfortable area. I can get a lot done.
Yeah. I'm absolutely fascinated by what you do, and since I've met you and I've got to experience your work, I have been in awe.
Well, thank you.
So
Thank you.
I'm just grateful. So I know that you recently asked me about working on a project with you with your jewelry.
Hmm.
I wanted to bring that back up tonight.
Okay.
Um, I know that you wanted me to do some work with you. Could you explain that to me again?
Well, I've started back, well, I relaunched my jewelry line that I named after my grandmother. Her name was Orentha. And I call my jewelry line Forever Orentha. And I did a relaunch, and it's mostly bracelets and earrings. And since I have started back up, I've done pretty well on my bracelets.
Mhm.
But I want to get my earrings out there as well. I do an ethnic style jewelry, and I was, just looking for someone to kind of help me promote it, let people know that it is out there because I'm really battling with social media because, they're blocking people now. So,
Yeah. Well, I am willing to wear your jewelry. Male or
nice.
female, I am willing to wear it.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
if you have a piece that you would love me to wear, definitely get that to me and I
Oh,
will work with you. I will help promote your brand. You do not have to pay me to promote your brand. I want to help you promote your brand
mhm.
because I believe in what you're doing. And when you brought the idea to me, I was already singing yes in my head.
Mhm.
I just wanted for us to have a conversation about it. And I believe in what you're doing. So thank you. Thank you for bringing the idea to me.
Thank you.
And I look forward to working close with you with with your jewelry line. I do. I want to see how far we can push it and how far you can take it.
That is awesome. I really appreciate that. I really,
Yes,
really do.
yes, yes. So we're gonna dive back into the next few set of questions.
Okay.
The next question is, how do you define success?
I would say success is when you have accomplished that goal that you have set out to accomplish.
Mhm.
For me, success is when I do a painting and that painting touches somebody's heart, or if somebody tells me, oh, I remember when I looked at this painting, I remember when, then I have reached success on that particular painting.
Yes.
So it's definitely when you have reached your goal.
Love that. Love that. The next question is, what's the best advice you can give someone thinking about starting a business or pursuing their dreams?
I would have to say if you have a vision of starting a dream or a business, go ahead and put your best foot forward. Don't tell anybody what you are doing until it is done, because there are so many people that would prefer to sow a negative seed rather than a positive seed. So step out on faith, which is what I had to do, step out on faith and just make it happen. When it's happening, then you can let other people know.
Yes, I absolutely love that. So I know that you are also a member of the Shreveport Region's Art Council and that you were selected as one of their. Can you explain? I don't want to mess it up. I think you're one of the roster artists for 2022.
Hmm. I did. I was selected as a roster artist. This is also my last year as a collectible artist.
Yeah.
Um, and being a roster artist, it opens up a lot of opportunities for different things that's happening around this area, as well as other opportunities in different other places. So I was excited about that. You have a panel of judges that come from other places. so that it wouldn't be biased. And so for them to come in and say, well, this artist is capable of representing this, that, and the other, that's a big honor. There were several artists that was chosen, so to be among all these talented artists, that was a pleasure for me.
Yes, I got to sit in the actual meeting that night because I'm also a member of the Shreveport Regis Art Council as well. And when they made the announcements, I was just in awe because I was like, "That's my friend. That's my friend. That's my friend. That's my friend." I was so excited for y'all because I know that y'all work very hard, and
Mhm.
we all work very hard as artists to be appreciated for the work that we do and to
Mhm.
be recognized for the contributions that we bring to the community with our art. It is a magnificent, magnificent honor to have been sitting in the room with y'all that night. And I just want to tell you, as from one artist to another artist, I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you, thank you.
I am. We really do go hard for our work.
Yes, we do, and there's so many talented artists right here in Shreveport, and I would have to say I've pulled something from each one of them. I would have to say there's several artists that really encourage and inspire me. And one of them is watching now. I see Ron
Yeah.
Smith. He's a huge, huge encouragement to me. Ron Smith was one of those artists that made me realize that I had been underselling myself for a minute. Uh, my mom used to say that I was hard-headed growing up, but I listened to that. So yeah, my prices are definitely going up. But yeah, there's a lot of talent here in Shreveport, and I enjoy going to different events with them and fellowshipping with them. It's a lot of fun because I'm still learning.
Yes, I've been, as y'all know, I've been kind of MIA. I'm kind of anti-social when I want to be, but when I come out, it's great to run into artists who I can call friends,
Hmm.
and just to see how we all encourage and how we support and uplift and push each other. It's such an amazing feeling to be in that space, to
Exactly.
be recognized for your contribution for what you bring to the table. The next question is, give me your favorite quote and why.
My favorite quote is, and it's actually a Bible verse, I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me.
Yes.
That is my quote. I stand on that. And with that, I encourage myself, I encourage other people, because when people say you won't make it, I have to remind them of that. So that is my favorite.
All right, I love that. Tell me three things you'd like to see better in our community.
I would like to see a gallery that is geared toward African American artists here in this community that would offer art classes to our youth, because we do have a lot of low performance schools that don't offer art. And so that is one thing that I would like to see. I know we have the one with Southern, but a gallery like the Norton or something like that. I would like to see that happen and bring some other artists in from other areas. Um, I would also like to see a big collab of the Black artists here in this area get together and just put on a huge show, where we can go out and share our art in the community and mentor. Because, like I said earlier, we have a lot of kids that can't get art in the school system. And I think uh, the last thing, if we could use our art as a means of reaching our young Black men that are out there slaughtering one another in the streets, and we can kind of deter some of the crime here in Shreveport. I think Shreveport has a lot of potential. If people are saying that it's a dying city, but I think it can be brought back to life.
Mhm.
And I would just love to see how the artists could get together and help implement that idea. So
Okay,
that,
I absolutely love that. I feel like as a, a community that I've been here my entire life, and I would love to see how things would change here in a positive way, especially through the eyes of artists. I consistently say this: it's up to the artists and the business owners. It's going to be up to us to
mhm.
change the city and take our city back. So I firmly believe that it's going to be up to us. It's going to help affect the change.
Right,
We want to be the change that we want to see.
exactly, exactly.
So, how can people get involved in the art space that you're in if they wanted to connect with you?
Um, First, if they want to be a part of it or if they want to exhibit their art, well, they have to get on the list. And then from there, we can reach out to them. Um, if it's someone that wants to do art lessons, that is something that my coworker and I are trying to bring back to Art Space. That is something we are trying to hopefully get the Art Space board and Pam to kind of jump on board with that because a lot of people are looking for that. Um, and I guess that's about it. It's mainly getting on that culturalist list. That will open a lot of doors, and some people have problems with that. And if they do, they can come to Art Space, and Adriana and I can definitely help them get on.
Yes. I spent some time the last few weeks updating my cultural list page, and it's an experience when you have to put all of your art into one space
Mm-hmm.
and get it just right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also beginning to understand that my actual culturalist page, I represent so many different mediums of what I do now because it's starting to grow. So it's like, how do you try and keep all of this stuff as a steady pace when now I'm not only a published author, now I got stuff where I'm singing and I got videos where I'm doing comedy and I got videos where I'm doing acting and I'm trying to keep it all together.
Right.
It's a great media place for artists who are trying to get themselves exposed to a world of other creatives.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely want to encourage y'all. If y'all are trying to get your work out there, culturally, it's something that you want to be a part of, and definitely want to get in contact with Shreveport Regis Art Council, or you can get in touch with me, or you can get in touch with Connie, and we can get y'all linked up.
Exactly.
The last question before we dive into candy or corn, what would be your wish for the next generation?
As far as art wise, I would have to say to be more expressive. Don't be afraid to just be yourself. Um, I noticed that a lot of people are doing AI, a lot of people are doing a lot of digital art, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I'm an old school artist. If that's what floats your boat, then by all means do that. But just don't be afraid to just be who you are. Just express yourself.
I absolutely love it. Now it's time for my favorite part of this show,
Oh.
candy or corn. I'm gonna ask you about these candies. If you'd eat these candies, you could say candy. If you would not eat these candies, you can say corn.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. First candy up. York's peppermint patty.
Corn. No.
All right. Also a fantastic start. Next candy is 100 grand.
I would say candy.
All right. Sneakers.
Corn.
M&M's,
Candy.
Mike and Ike's.
Definitely candy.
Love that. Lemon heads.
Candy. I grew up with that.
That's a good joint. That was a good joint. The next candy is Twix,
Candy.
Skittles,
Candy.
Sour Patch Kids,
Candy.
and the final candy is candy corn.
I love candy corn. Yes.
All right, so candy for candy corn. Ah,
Yes.
and that is candy or corn. Thank you so much for playing.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. That was fun.
It was. It was. Miss Connie, I gotta again thank you for coming through tonight for a little tea time. It has been an honor and a pleasure to have you here tonight. And if people want to connect with you, tell them how they can follow you.
They can follow me. I am on Facebook under Connie Hilaire Eaton. I also have a Facebook page called Forever Orenta Wearable Art. And they can also find me on Instagram at Connie Eaton 899. I am in the process, thanks to Ron Smith, of getting my website put together. And once that is up and going, then I will release um, that information so people can follow me there as well.
Yes. Well, again, thank you so much for coming through tonight. I know that you might be working on a project now, so I'm not going to hold you up, but I thank you so much for coming in tonight. And you keep me posted on things with that jewelry line. I definitely want to help you to expand with that. So keep
Okay,
me,
thank you. Thank you. I definitely will.
yes, yes, you keep me in the loop. Just give me a shout when you're ready.
I definitely will. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming by a little tea time tonight.
All right, good night.
Good night.
Bye.
All right, y'all. So that was a little tea time for tonight. I just want to just say thank you to my guest, Miss Connie Eaton, for coming through tonight. So before I go, I know I got to do my little tea spill since I learned to save my tea spills for the end of the show, right? So I got to send congratulations out to Lumpy Grits Artistry and Sherry Gray for celebrating 10 years with the Renaissance Imaginated. I am very, 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 very excited to be a part of this new project with her called Measure for Measure, a Shakespearean play dropping March the 25th and 26th. We will be at the Central Arts Station doing this play at 801 Crockett Street. The tickets are available right now at Lumpy Grits Artistry, and if you use coupon code LGABD, the number 10, you can receive $10 off of your tickets. So please, ma'am, please, sir, do get your tickets because we are working very hard and we cannot wait to present this project to you guys. Also, I have to send congratulations out to Visual Arts Critical Mass 10 winner, Miss Deborah Roberson, for having the Women's Month exhibit at the Southern University Museum of Arts here in Shreveport, Louisiana, featuring Miss M.L. Dumars and Miss Calandria Jones with their art being exhibited in this particular exhibit. I had the opportunity to be one of their guests this week for that exhibit, and it was great. I just want to tell my friends, my sisters, congratulations to y'all on all of the work that y'all are doing for that exhibit, and that keep up the good work, right? It's not easy to do what we do, but it's welcomed that we continue to do what we do. Got to send shout outs to Mr. Mark Pugh, to Sexy Pearl, Mr. Tyler Elliott, and Chris Luker with the Shree Station Comedy at the old Sportran bus station. I know they just had their show last night, and I just want to congratulate them. I got to see some of the footage from that, and y'all did a fantastic job. So congratulations to you guys. Also, you guys. I had to send a shout out to my sister who is watching the show tonight. Congrats to my sis. She is having a baby girl. And I'm just so excited for her. I'm astounded. Very excited for her. And now that I shared some personal family stuff, just want to continue just to send her my love, continue to send her my love, and let her know that I am so blessed, so proud of her, and all of the wonderful things that are happening in her life. Love you, sis. Now, you guys, I need y'all to get over to Amazon.com and check out Coming Full Circle, the revised edition, available right now. Also, you can check out. I'll read the comments, and it is everything. Thank you. He's gonna be a great. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you. The next project that you guys can check out is Coming Full Circle 2, Marriage, Money, Mayhem. Also available at Amazon.com. And you can also check out Catching Up With Me, available right now at Amazon.com. You can also check out The Confessions of a Conceited Drama King. I do not have any books on hand, but the book is also available over there at Amazon.com as well. And my final project, brand newest project, Quarantine Quest, also available right now at Amazon.com. I'm just so excited about these projects that I'm doing, everything that I'm a part of. Very excited, very excited. If you have not been catching a little tea time here on my Facebook, you can also go and check it out over on YouTube.com. Just type Jarek with a little tea time over on YouTube, and you can check it out there, or you can check it out on Spotify at Jarek with a little tea time. All right. Also, you guys can check out the other show that I'm a part of, Grade A Grub, where we get to try different foods and candies, and we give you guys our opinion and let you know what we think about them. And finally, for tonight, I need you guys to remember something. You matter. Let's build and go higher, Shreveport. And remember to be great on purpose and not by accident. The future is now. I am Jarek, aka Jarius D, your favorite published author's favorite published author, and your host of A Little Tea Time. I want to give a shout out to all of my guests who have been viewing these shows, to everyone who tuned in tonight. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. Just to let y'all know, I appreciate y'all so much because y'all take out of your time and you make a little room for a little tea time. To people who have been a part of this journey with me now, going into season 5, I really appreciate y'all. I do. It's not easy doing this show, but it's something that I love to do. I found my purpose being of service to my community and being of service to my friends who are artists, to business owners here, and to people who are just doing great things, and we're continuing to be of service to our community. So thank y'all so much for each guest that has been a part of the journey so far, to each and every single viewer. If you're watching it on YouTube, if you're watching it here live on Facebook, if you're listening on Spotify, thank y'all so much. Really, really, really thank y'all so much. Until the next show, I'm out of here, you guys. Y'all be cool, be great, be well. Welcome to Little Tea Time. Y'all ready? Welcome to Little Tea Time. Oh yeah. Welcome to Little Tea Time. Who listening? Welcome to Little Tea Time. All right. Welcome to Little. Hey. Welcome to Little. Welcome to Little. Hey. Welcome to Little. Welcome to Little Tea Time. Hey, Mom. I love you. Good night.